British Columbia's Pacific Coast. Old-growth rainforests, glacier-fed rivers, islands, and deep fjords. The central and north coast regions are as big as Holland, with a population of just 22,000. Most work in forestry, tourism, and fishing. In the 1990s, this exceptional natural richness fueled intense land use conflicts. Today, there is a new way of doing business. The amazing story of how conflict was turned into cooperation, how some of the largest intact temperate rainforests in the world came to be fully protected, is as special and unique as the coast region itself. British Columbia's coast forests are among the most productive and diverse in Canada, yielding products of exceptional quality. They are home to a variety of wildlife, including wild salmon, grizzly bears, and the Kermode or spirit bear. They offer a backdrop to stunning beauty that draws visitors from around the globe. Aboriginal people have been a part of the coast for thousands of years. Their culture and traditions are closely tied to its natural bounty.
The significance of this community to Geertruidenhout is the fact that it's the second oldest consistently inhabited village, community in North and South America.
In February 2006, British Columbia announced a shared vision for public lands on the north and central coast, a region also known as the Great Bear Rainforest. It is the outcome of comprehensive land and resource management planning. The vision includes full protection for 1/4 of the region, with additional lands out of bounds to commercial forestry. Where logging is allowed, it must follow the principles of ecosystem-based management to maintain the well-being of natural systems as well as local people and communities.
Today we announce the culmination of an unprecedented collaboration. This will forever preserve some of the largest intact temperate rainforest in the world.
These land use planning decisions were not reached by a select few sitting around a table. It was a process that involved literally thousands of people. This wasn't an easy job. Everybody had to make a little compromise here and there. But at the end of the day, we have plans that our communities are comfortable with. They feel that they can be implemented.
The Great Bear Rainforest is Canada's Amazon, and today's announcement is British Columbia's gift to the planet. And now the challenge really begins, to make these ideas become a reality.
This is a very important day for British Columbians. The fact that all these major lobby groups have come together in collaboration to really develop ecosystem-based management in a collaborative model just will pay dividends on this country for years to come and many generations.
The path to consensus was not an easy one. Soon after planning began in 1997, there were disagreements over logging. The conflict cooled when forest companies agreed to defer logging in many large intact valleys, and environmental groups agreed to end global market campaigns. They joined together in a unique collaboration, the Joint Solutions Project, and returned to the planning tables with other stakeholders. This time, the result was consensus agreements that were submitted to the British Columbia and First Nation governments and laid the foundation for the final decisions.
Well, the outcome of the Joint Solutions Project as it sits today is one where, amazingly, those people who've been involved in this process, who have been traditional opponents, have found a common path forward. There's still a lot to be done. We are not at the end of the need for discussion. We are not at the end of the need for understanding, because we have set out some principles on where we might go forward. We've set out some protected areas, but we also have the issue of how we're going to manage what is going to be harvested, what is the working forest that is going to go forward. And that work is going to require as much discussion, as much involvement, as much goodwill as all the work that got us to where we are today. It isn't over yet, but we have definitely broken through in an entirely new world from what we had 5 years ago.
It will take time to fully implement ecosystem-based management. The goal is to make the transition by 2009. Ecosystem-based management will use the best available information offered by science, coupled with the experience of local people and professionals. It will offer a collective approach to land management that reflects the unique environmental and social conditions of this globally significant region.
Ecosystem-based management seeks to conserve natural systems and improve the well-being of people and their communities. Perhaps most important is that it's an adaptive process. You learn from the implementation of EBM, so management practices actually change in response to what you have learned.
Definitely old tool marks, yeah.
The move toward ecosystem-based management will continue to strengthen current practices, such as protection for archaeological sites, and current techniques, such as helicopter logging and retention harvesting.
Here at Interfor, we're trying some alternatives to clear cutting. We've given the fallers the freedom to take out 6 out of every 10 trees, with more emphasis on leaving trees with higher biological characteristics, more perches for birds, cavities for woodpeckers. Each block is assessed in the beginning for bear dens, etc.
Nemo Bay Lodge takes clients into BC's coastal wilderness by helicopter. In his 25 years running the lodge, Craig Murray has seen a lot of changes in forestry.
There's a lot of different industries here, a lot of different people here, a lot of different ideas here, and they have to live together. In a changing global economy, you have to make room and you have to be flexible. And today, logging practices are much better. There are some protected areas, there are some areas where industry can exist, there are areas where tourism can exist. There are areas that are being protected for tourism values, such as viewscapes, such as ecosystems that are unique to the Central Coast. And all these have to go together in this very complex paint box.
Close to a decade of intense community-based planning and government-to-government discussions has set a solid foundation. It began with participants who were willing to find agreement in divergent interests and is leading to impressive achievements. There is full protection for some of the world's most impressive coastal temperate rainforest. There is an opportunity for economic stability for local communities and for First Nations who will maintain their cultural and traditional uses. There is assurance of a secure supply of quality products for customers around the world. There is work towards a new way of managing forests that is based on science and respects the needs of natural ecosystems and local human communities. British Columbia's coastal land use planning. Agreements to be proud of, offering further evidence that the province aims to create a global model for managing its forests and its special areas.